Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and here is my promised tips and tricks for today that you're gonna love. I just know. So here's the thing. I know that for newbies and those who may or may not have a whole lot of options, this is something just to kind of consider. And if this is something you can get right away, then I'm happy to help share with you, but others you might have to save up a little bit, and sometimes that's okay. But here's the option, and it's going to take just a little bit of an explanation. So I do highly recommend for everyone that you get the smudge free top coat that Maniology has, B382. And so it's clear, it works great. It is absolutely it's a must have. At the same time, nope. Where's the other one? Right here. Okay, and the sticky base coat. These are also a must have, along with the straight up black, the BAM white. Those four you will need to have, in my opinion, at some point. They make life way easier. The thing that maybe a lot of people don't know is that there are two things you can get from Maniology are the bottles. You can get the empty bottles. They still have the Maniology logos and whatnot on them. They don't come with any of the shaker balls. The empty bottles come with a funnel, and then you can also get a multi-pack. I think it's 6 of the small ones, and it might seem like it's more money than to just get one single bottle. And you're going, why do I want to do that? That's like 6 bottles, because the little bottles, in my opinion, they don't, by the time you get to the bottom of this one, this starts getting, on all this size, starts getting funky. And then you have to buy the, where'd I put it? Then you have to get the thinner, and then, things get weird. So, and I do like their thinner. Yes. Highly recommended. 3 thumbs up, because, there you go. And where do you get the 3 thumbs? Well, it's the 2 thumbs and the toes. I don't know. It just kind of came out that way. So, my thing is, if you get the smaller ones for these, I like the smaller size. I think they're cute. But here's the trick to this. So, the thing is that if you already have your words are hard. If you already have your smudge free in the big bottle, well, when you get the little ones, you can take the little one and pour it into this one when it's about half full. Then you have an empty bottle, and you're like, why do I want the empty bottle? Let me show you. When you have the empty bottle, you want to mark it really carefully. Make sure you drain it out really carefully. And this is something that you're going to want to go through and clean off the cap part really carefully. And then here's something not a lot of people, I'm sure, are aware of. It comes out. And you're like going, yeah, I know on my polish, I'm trying to do things, and for the life of me, I can't get it to stay in. They're designed to come out like that so that you can clean things up. So when you have something going on, let's just say that your polish kind of got away from you and you cleaned up this, but you got it in here. Well, that way you can take this out and clean all the parts and put it all back together and have it nice. And then for this part, after you take this out, it's like, how can I get in there? You put your polish remover on this, and then you can kind of whizzle it around and make that nice and happy. And then you can put that back in. And now, I'm not too sure about this because, there might be some bad things to the whole process. But put just a little bit of your polish remover in there, and then you can kind of clean up your bottle. And when you're done doing your nails and whatnot, say you've, had to clean up around your edges and whatnot, your brushes can go in there. And that's what this bottle can be for. To not leave it in there, but see, because it only goes so far, you're not going to ruin your brush parts. Just make sure that you don't have it super, super full, and then you can put your tools in there to clean off and get off all the things on that. Then when you're done, okay, this can also become where you put your the used, because now your bottle's clean. You shaking it around, you got all the stuff off of it, you let it sit for a few hours. Don't tighten it too tight because you don't want it, because this is plastic and this is not going to do well with, and it's the wrong kind of plastic. So you don't want to leave your acetone in this. Do not leave it in there overnight or for a long period of time, just long enough to clean your bottle. Then you pour it out and you use it in your other thing. So now you let this dry, because the acetone will eat through this plastic. It's not meant for that. But you let this dry, and now this is what you can use as an empty bottle. You can, and here's another tip and trick in case you are not aware of, old school, that if you get one of these, get you also a pump, local store, wherever it is you're going to get your acetone, whatever brand, you want to make sure that the bottle that you are buying in the pump, because that's what this is a little push down pump, wherever you're buying this, that it's 100% acetone that you're buying in the bottle, because then the bottle will be able to withstand 100% acetone when you get the bigger refill bottles to refill this up. But to fill this, you're like going, how am I going to do that? It's such a tiny little thing. I mean, I'll make a mess. I'll spill it. No, you won't, because you're going to use the stem, and if where you pour on the stem, the tube will follow. So just put it in there ever so slightly against the edge and against the edge, and then where you pour, it streams down along the stem into the bottle. And you might miss a little bit on the outside, but that makes it so much easier. And there's that. And then what you can do is, after you've done that and you cleaned everything out, then you can go through on this and use your little swabs that you can go around your other bottles. Clean these up. Spend a day where you are taking the time to clear up the necks, because otherwise then everything gets gunky and weird and all that neat stuff. And it's the same thing, the bigger bottles, all the bottles. And if you get one that's a messed up one, well, here's the thing, you can buy these separately, independently. On the Maniology website, they do have where you can just buy the tubes that go in there. And then this just kind of makes a mess everywhere. And the beauty of this is then you can go through and clean up the inside. Now, the outside, polish remover on the outside, not recommended. It does weird things to it and doesn't necessarily like to clean up all that well. But take care of your tools. And I know in a lot of these things, people go, oh, well, here's how you do nail art. But how you do nail art also depends on how well you have your stuff all taken care of. See? And then that's why I love these tweezers. Gently around the cap part. Don't stick on there a whole lot. And then when you're done, see, you got most of that off. See, now it's all nice and clean in there. And then you can just put that back on the bottle the way it is. And then as you're tightening down, give it a little push, give it a little tight so that it's really tight. And then when you pull back out, it reseats it back. And now everything's nice and pretty to do your next mani. So go through and clean things up. Keep things all nice and happy. And then the next time you empty out one of your small little bottles, you're going to repeat the process. And you're going to take this bottle and put it out of rotation. So this is no longer going to be the acetone bottle that you're using. This one is going to be, pretend it's empty. And then, put your acetone in this one and clean this one out. Now, once this one has dried out, you have this bottle And you can use this bottle and this polish brush, that if you have a couple of your polish colors and you want to mix them, you can do that. You just kind of need to figure out the ratios of that. If you've got the paw palette that came with the kit from last month, you can buy it on the website until, as long as it's still available. I have not heard or been told whether or not it's going to be a permanent part of the lineup, so get it while it's hot. You can take any kind of what's the term, silicone, like the mist silicone mat, so you can get other types of palettes holders for the options of that, and do like one drop from your polish brush and kind of figure out the shades that you like. And then when you figured it out, how much of a ratio of things that you like, then you can actually kind of figure out, I don't do the math. There's probably someone smarter out there that'll figure out for me, but you can add it to your bottle, get some shaker beads, and possibly you might need some of the thinner that goes along with that. Just put a couple drops in so everything kind of gels, because certain polishes don't go well together. So I would email support on that if you had any questions on which ones shouldn't go together, that kind of thing. But test it out and see how it works before you commit to the whole bottle. But there's an option if there is a particular shade that you kind of sort of like, but it's not exactly what you want. Like, you want to lighten it, so you're going to add Bam White to it, or you're going to darken it and add a different shade of something else, or you want to add something that's sparkly and kind of mix those things. See how well they do on a smaller surface before you commit to the whole thing. But maniology people and chemistry people would have a better option of answering those questions than I would. I just know I play with them. There's a couple of ones that I did on the where was it? Which brush did which recently one? There was one that I did that for me, the purple was too dark, so I added some pink, and then I added some other sparkle stuff, and as I was painting it on the nail tip, it wasn't this one, but it was something I was doing on the tip. So I kind of went, all right, I'm going to want 2 of this one and 3 of this one. And I just did the drops, and then I took my brush and kind of mixed it all together to see how I liked it. And the way it came out was like, ugh. So in the future, write down the shades that you do when you kind of play with that. And then you can mix and match and kind of sort of create your own polish from polish. So I hope that helps. All the way. And at the same time, spend a day, if you can, when you can, or do it in segments if you need to. But the same thing too is take out your lint brush and your tape and all the things that you would use to clean up your stampers, and go through one by one. And there is this option. Some people have suggested using a hot glue gun. Me and plastic and hot glue sometimes on things like this, I don't want to risk it, so that's just me. But if you paint on the inside with the clear polish, this one, the smudge free, or the sticky one, do a couple of coats. Basically go around, let it dry, go around again, let it dry, and then you kind of get this little edge right here where these will sit in better and they don't fall out, or they don't, I don't know, it just works better. So basically, pull out your stampers, let them sit on a piece of paper when you get it new, go around the edge and clean things off. And then as you can on a day, if you have multiple stampers, and I highly recommend you getting multiple stampers, take them out, clean these off all the way around on all sides, paint your little thingies if you need to, and then put everything back, and you have everything all nice and pretty, like I did, to make things all nice and pretty. And then, it's one of those days where you're having a day and the mani isn't working. Hello, I've had a few. And you just kind of clean up your stuff, and then you feel better, and then when you feel better and you come back and you do art. Yay! Anyway, I hope it helps. I hope it inspires you to do more with your manis and your nails and all that neat stuff. Please be kind. Do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company recruit you, because they're always recruiting. The world definitely needs more kindness. Remember all those people who go unnoticed, the cashiers and the waiters, staff people, and those who are the helper people that clean things up and take care of things. And notice those who are around us, because we're kind of in our society. We get really happy when people go, you have a child and the little baby does its first. It rolls over, it talks, it walks, it does all these, and yay, we're cheering all the way along. And then by the time you get to junior high or high school, it's now you got to focus, you got to worry about your future. And then when you turn 18, it's like, be responsible. And I get it, people get hired to do a job, so yeah, show up and do your job. That's what you're being paid for, not to slack around or say I don't care or my boss hates me or whatever it is you want to justify things. Do the job that you do and be grateful for that. And I don't mean to be sounding rude or anything on that. I don't mean this to come out this way. There's just no other way around it. If you have a job, there's a lot of people who want a job and can't get a job. So appreciate the things that you have, and the more you appreciate what you have, the more you will have. It's just kind of the way the world works. Anyway, along the lines of this, at the same time, these are also the same people that take the flack. That if something goes wrong, they're the ones on the front line that people will get mad at. The customer service people, the people you call, the people you email, they are the first people that, for the most part, it's not easy doing those jobs. There's a lot of difficult customers out there who really just, for the love of, they forget their humanity. So remember these people, because, be grateful for them. Tell them you appreciate them, because nobody does that anymore. Yes, the Pampered Princess is weighing in on this. I appreciate you following me along in my crazy, wacky journey of art therapy, and please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm a little over 300. When I get to 400, we'll do a drawing, and somebody will get something they're gonna absolutely love. Thanks so much for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you. See you soon. Bye.